Okay, my friends, my dear friends, it's my distinct pleasure to have with me not just a special guest, a person I deeply love and care about, not only because he takes care of my family, but also because he's just a delicious personality. None
Oh,
other than Bentzi Marcus, accomplished musician, arranger, producer, many, many adjectives that I could include. He's, of course, together with his brother Shmuley, they are the famous, world famous band called Eighth Day. So I'm really honored to have you here, Bentzi, with me. He's also my son-in-law.
ah,
First, I wasn't going to mention it because I thought maybe, nepotism and all that stuff. But I think full transparency is in order, and I don't want to be investigated for any type of particular bias or prejudice. So anyway, it's great to have you, Bentzi. It's a pleasure
thank
to
you for
have you. We're
having
going to be talking about Kabbalah and music. So welcome, Bentzi.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. It's a pleasure. And let us begin.
Yeah. Look, music is my my favorite subject. Not just as a subject. I always felt that if we were able to communicate with each other as human beings only through song and melody, we'd have a far more beautiful world. Children respond to music long before they respond to words, because the mystics teach us that music is the natural language of the soul. Long before we develop the languages of our words and our expressions, today there are studies that show that children, even in their mother's womb, respond to the rhythm and the beat of music. And everybody wonders, like, how do they know it? They've never heard music before, but that's not true. The soul is saturated and is submerged in song and music all the time. That's why we call it resonance. It resonates because it's soul language. So my work, I always try to feel like that even when I speak words, I'm trying to really sing the words. But here we go. You're a bona fide musician and singer. So that's how I see it. I see it as soul travel. I know people who have millions, billions of frequent flyer miles, but their souls haven't traveled an inch in years. And there are people who sit in one place, and with their soul, they can travel millions and millions of miles. And song and music really does it. That's just my take on it. What do you think?
One of the most interesting things that that kind of strikes you when you become a professional musician and got to tour and perform for different audiences, people say thank you for your music, thank you for your inspiration, and here we are. We think we're just getting up there, putting on a show, doing our job, and you really see how it resonates with people. Like you said, it resonates, and you see how it affects people. And definitely we don't take the credit. It's not something we're doing. It's not our song or musical talent. There's just something about music and something about when it is performed live, especially, and people are together. There's just something magical that happens, that it's beyond our control. It's beyond our understanding. And that always struck me. That always was. It was just a magical thing about music. And obviously, I've always been drawn to it, and I've always wanted to pursue a career in music. So thank God it's.
When you say always, how long, how far back is always?
Uh, Pretty far back. Pretty far back. I always loved music. I grew up in a very musical family. Music was always played in the house, and there was always singing, and there was always my sisters played piano, and my brother played drums, and my parents were very into music. But I think once I, got to my older teenage years, I really knew. I just knew that music was something I wanted to pursue.
Bentzi, let me ask you something.
Yo.
Since I could be candid, You know, there's an expression, it's another mystical or Hasidic expression. It says that continuous pleasure is not pleasure. Pleasure is about novelty, about newness, freshness. Since sometimes you play one night after another, you may be performing in a concert or a wedding or another celebration or a private one. Is there a point where it just becomes something, I don't want to call it monotonous, but you played the song so many times, I can imagine it just becomes, you know, we, the viewers, have the luxury of being able to show up or not show up and
Right.
enjoy what we want to enjoy. But in the
Right.
way you have to do it, how does that work? And sometimes you're just not in the mood. How do you deal with that?
A great question. A lot of people ask us, you know, which song are you sick of playing? You played it so many years, which song are you sick of playing? And the truth is, it can be a challenge sometimes, especially when you're doing it night after night or, you know, same song for many years. But the truth is that each venue, each audience, each person, it makes it fresh. When the audience is fresh, it makes the songs fresh. I know it sounds a little bit like a cop-out answer, but it's true. When you come to a new city or a new event, a new happy occasion, the inspiration is totally, you know, renewed. And just to, you know, a side note, music is, it's not something that's so logical, right? It's not like a mathematical equation. It's not like a subject you know you could sit and read in a book. There's something that's esoterical, the intangible part of music. So each person responds differently. Each person, it means something a little differently to them. It inspires them in a little bit of a different way, you know, depending on their experience or whatever they, you know, how they're feeling. So in the greater, you know, view of the whole situation, so people respond a little differently. Each audience, you know, has a different kind of feel to it. So that's really the secret. The audience inspires the artist. And without the audience, you know, we have, what are we doing? You know, just sit and sing by ourselves in our studio. That's, yeah, that would get old and monotonous. So thank God we have the audience and we have the fans to perform for. So thank
And
you.
and you ever have hecklers? As a speaker, I have hecklers. They really motivate me a lot.
Well, we have the advantage. We can just turn up the volume. You know, I could just.
Okay, because I'll tell you, I was just thinking about it because as a speaker, I have the same question. And I'll be honest, sometimes you're like not there. I'll tell you what I do. I like provoke myself. I like do something a little off color, or just something to like change the flavors, the ingredients to make it a little jazzy. And
Improvise,
yeah,
improvise.
yeah. You know, well, I'll tell you this: whenever I tell a joke and nobody laughs, I always say thank you. Now I know not to use this joke again. You know, I don't know if that works in the music world, but
Some
well,
level, some level, definitely.
yeah. Um, well, I go back. I'll tell you this: when you hear a song, I always use this as a thing called music therapy, even where a song can literally, a music can transport you to another time and place. You could be in a bad mood, and it can suddenly evoke something beautiful. It can make you cry. It can make you laugh. It really is transcends time and space in many ways. And I often tell people, you know, just put on a headset, shut everything out, and let yourself be submerged and travel on the wings of music and song. And I really feel it's a very, very spiritual experience. It's very cleansing, especially we all have our favorite songs and ones that, you know, we go to. I know from my world, especially the Hasidic world, there's a lot of very yearning, haunting songs that really speak very deep about the soul's anguish, the soul's joys, the soul's travels. And I know I actually, before you became my son-in-law, I actually loved the sound. You know, 8 Day had that unique touch, a certain tongue-in-cheek. I like that it wasn't just forcing lyrics or songs. It's, you know, sometimes you can use a word that doesn't have any meaning, and everybody's been reading deep philosophies into it when all it was really a typo, essentially. What do you think about that?
So yeah, my brother Shmuley, who you mentioned earlier, um, it's one day he came to me and he's like, I wrote this poem, and we were 16, 17, and I said, wow, I was just starting to get serious about music. I said, hey, do you mind if I make a tune and kind of arrange like a song out of it? He said, sure, go ahead, and that was, I mean, the rest is history. That's kind of how we started. But he has, Shmuley definitely had, sorry he couldn't be here today. It would be nice to have us together. Maybe we'll do that next time. But he definitely has this unique talent with lyrics and bringing out a message with a catchy hook, and then, he calls it a lyrical hook, a unique way of saying something that maybe you've heard the message before, or maybe you've, but you haven't heard it in quite that way with, and we really started as like, we were not trying to be a band or be famous or anything like that. We were just, testing our skills and our, like he was writing poems and I was playing guitar. And we were like, hey, let's just try to put it together and,
Do you ever get intimidated when you hear like, these masters, especially in the Hasidic world? There's such songs that are just can make you, melt away, cry away, or other stuff. Not that I'm not suggesting everybody's got their unique sound, but sometimes when I read a master writer, I say to myself, "Oh man, this is like, how does that? How does that work?"
well, first of all, the like some of the Hasidic songs, melodies, some of them are extremely, from a musical composition perspective, they're extremely complex. They're hard to understand. They're hard to learn at first. And then once you learn it, it's extremely inspirational. But like the Alter Rebbe, who was a famous composer, the Daled Bavus, I don't know how you would say that.
The song of four movements, like
Or
very sacred song sung by many weddings, only at special occasions. Yeah,
it's very haunting and it's very soulful. And since I played at weddings a lot, the musicians who play it, they all comment on how the melody is so it's not complex in the sense that it's hard to sing, but the way that it travels, the way that it starts and it goes to the next part, then it goes to the third, but there's four parts obviously, and the way they all intertwine and the way they that definitely comes to mind. Then of course you have all the great composers and musicians. It's inspiring, and yes, it is a little intimidating. They have they have a gift from God to have that skill and that talent, and it's beautiful that they could share it, and it can inspire millions and millions of people get inspired by these these melodies, these songs.
So, do you have any song that you particularly speaks to you that has in some way helped you express a sentiment or go through a particular journey? These days, especially with COVID and the pandemic, a lot of people are looking for some solace and some escape even. Anything that speaks to you, something new maybe that you'd like to share with us?
Actually, absolutely. Got my guitar here. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, I see it.
My trusty guitar. We were very inspired during this pandemic. It's a crazy time for everybody. The lockdown, quarantining, social distancing, all these things that go against our nature as human beings, as Jews. We always want to get together. We always want to celebrate. So we were inspired to write this song. It's a new song. It just came out, actually. It's on YouTube and all that stuff, Spotify. And it's based on the story of the Jews leaving Egypt. And they come to the sea, to the Yam Suf. And the commentaries describe the scene that breaks out. So they're standing at the edge of the sea, and they have the Egyptian army coming behind them.
Right.
They immediately break into four groups, and one of them said, "Well, let's just pray." One of them said, "Let's fight them." One of them said, "Let's jump in the sea." That was all argument, of course. Jews and presented with a situation. They all start arguing and giving their opinions. And Moses, he prays to God, and God tells him very simple, it's not a time to pray. It's not a time for anything. Just go. Like I promised you, you were going to be okay. I promised you. So that message is very, very powerful. And we thought it was very relevant to now that we feel stuck. We feel, we don't know what to do, where to go, or how to, So we just go, stay positive, and I'll do a little version for you. This is called Rollin'.
Rollin'.
Some say turn around and fight 'em. Some say close your eyes and pray. Some wave a big white flag, screaming with surrender. Some quit, calling it a day. Keep on moving, roll it on. Don't stop for the ocean. Keep on moving, waters fade away. Keep on moving, roll it on. Don't stop for the ocean. Keep on moving till you find your way. Vai mervi so forward, forward, forward. Vai mervi so forward. Vai mervi so forward, forward, forward. Vai mervi so forward. Keep on moving, roll it on. Don't stop for the ocean. Keep on moving, waters fade away. Keep on moving, roll it on. Don't stop for the ocean. Keep on moving till you find your way. Vai mervi so forward, forward, forward. Vai mervi so forward. Vai mervi so forward, forward, forward. Vai mervi so forward.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank
So this
you.
is a new song.
This is a new song. Just came out a couple of weeks ago, and been getting great feedback. Thank God.
So it's on ready. People can access it.
Yes. Yeah.
Where did you say? You said
on all the digital platforms. You can go to our website, my8thday.com. Get all the links over there. It's on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. And
very powerful, touching song. I love the theme. Great, great song. Beautiful, really.
Thank you very much.
You're coming out with a new album shortly?
Yes. So that was the single for a new album that's coming out in hopefully about a month or two. And it's very exciting. Got a lot of good stuff. We had a lot of time to write. We had a lot of time to reflect and come up with some good ideas.
It's an excellent message for this time. People feel paralyzed and they sometimes feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. And all those four options are just not up. Yeah, rolling on. So that may be the name of you have a name for the new album?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling on. That's good. I like it. Very consistent with these positive themes. Soul. Wow. I was always taken by the fact that they call music soul, And I deal with the challenge that many people are struggling with the rigid ritualism of religion, and they've lost the soul. I always try to say it's really about music. There's no such thing as a ritual that doesn't have music in it. It's like you can bang on a piano or play an instrument and it could be hollow because you don't hear the soul in it. And the challenge is the fusion of the two. So any parting words you'd like to share? I know you're a busy man, so.
Thank you for having me on. I just wanted to say that you just reminded me of something. In music, so you have, especially in modern music, you have like the lyrics and the tune. The lyrics are the body, so to speak, and the tune is the soul. of the song. And yeah, he said music is, we call it soul because that's what it is. It's soul. It's the soul speaking, and it's a beautiful thing, especially now when everybody feels challenged and everybody's life is, a little bit depressed. So it just was really, clarified how important music is. It's, something beyond our understanding, but it's just amazing. It inspires us. I'm really lucky that I get to do it every day. But, everybody can listen and everybody can be inspired. And so I encourage, as you mentioned, you encourage people to listen to music and get into a song, and it's good for the soul. It's a nourishment for the soul. So
absolutely. Look, as I said, in all my work, I try to speak with music. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Why don't I just start singing all the time instead of talking? Like turn my words into sing song. But I think some people may think that maybe something happened to me, like something like I'm going off. But I think that's a beautiful way. It's like we sing to our children with lullabies. Everything done with a song is always richer, more meaningful, more resonant. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to experiment. And if I think people are thinking something weird, either I won't care or I'll just revert back to my old bag of tricks,
I look forward to that. That sounds great.
So Bentzi, was really great. This Bentzi Mark has been with me here on our Meaningful Live, and we will do a part 2, and maybe with Shmuley. And I know that many people want to hear more. I invite you guys to send any questions you may have that you really think are interesting, and don't be afraid to ask sometimes the blunt questions, about music and song. It's really about the soul, and it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you so much, Rabbi.
Have a happy Purim, Bentzi.
Son is jumping in.
Hey, Mendel, that's my grandson, guys. Mendel, you want to sing a song for us? Mendel, you want to sing?
Want to sing something?
Want to sing something? That's Bentzi's youngest boy. He's a Nachman yarmulke.
Yes.
Mendel, you want to sing something? Come on, this is your chance. You got millions of people watching you. It's the debut.
No song
Mendel?
today from Mendel?
He's very shy when it comes to, new venues. But Bentzi, anyway, Purim coming.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
He didn't do his vocal warm-up yet. He's not...
I understand. But Mendel, show us your face at least. The blonde, blue-eyed Mendel Marcus.
Oh, there he is.
There you go. Mendel, you see who I am? Who am I, Mendel? Zadie, right. So this has been Bentzi and the Bentzi and Mendel show. And you guys have a great Purim. Purim is all about exuberance, joy, unbridled, unlimited. I want to wish everybody who's with us here that may your life be one long, joyous song, but not the same song, obviously. It should be diverse. But the song has the capacity. There's an expression that one of the great mystics has written, that joy breaks and pierces all boundaries. It's able to transcend boundaries. So usually we have our structures, we have our defined parameters. You sing a song, you go for a dance, it just transports you beyond the limits. And it really allows your soul to experience the infinite. So I wish upon all of you, whatever you're going through, a song can always help you free yourself from some of the constraints and limits. And may everybody be blessed to just have open and revealed joy. And even when there's a challenge, turn that as well into a song. It was great, Bentzi, Mendel, everybody, you guys out there, please, I don't even know all the expressions, share, like, comment. Really want to hear from everyone. And if you really like this program, maybe we'll do a lot more of song and music ones. I think that's great. Anyway, thank you again, Bentzi. Anyway, where people can get to see or listen to all that songs, music, and so on, where can people catch you?
They go to my8day.com. You can search
My
Eighth day.
eighth day, not written out. EIGHTH, right?
That's the number. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
the number. My ATH. Okay, 8. Yeah. My8thday.com. Great. It was great having you. Thank you so much again for making the time. Send my best to the family.
Will do.
And keep rolling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Be well, everybody. Have a very good day. Blessings to everybody. All in good health. Be well.
Amen. Bye.
Okay, great. Thank you.